going to be part of my review. Quick lesson of what I do to it every day. So we'll see how it starts. If you take it off the thing and go for a ride, it doesn't like rides. You do a lot of cranky. We'll see how she does. Okay, so I didn't set everything up. This is normal. I got it cut up for slabbing. I got to cut the top off first. I didn't measure anything. Stupid #1 review right off the bat. Retardism. Round 2. Technical difficulty. Other words wasn't ready. Let's see how it starts this time. Probably going to be a prick. I do it every cut. It's just to help the oil get around the chain when you're done cutting. Any sawdust or stuff out. I'll take this off, but this is my normal routine. This was a smaller cut. It's only about 2 foot maybe. Top of a big tree. But this is my routine I do every time. Every cut. She's usually thirsty. Shouldn't be that thirsty this time. But I always take my air cleaner out. And clean it. Usually not too much in it. On these saws, they come with this little rubber piece. Try not to lose it, because it actually seals around that nut. But here in a minute, we'll go through the rest of the review. When I take the rest of this off the top, put the saw on top of the log. I need a tabletop. All right, man. So that's what I normally do with this saw. I end up buying it because anything over 30 inches, my mill won't handle it. My bandsaw mill. So this one was taken out of a tree. This is the upper part of it. I'm probably gonna make something out of it, but it's my chainsaw review. This chainsaw I bought, ended up paying $800 for it. Came with a 4-foot bar. It's equivalent to a 880 steel. All the parts interchanged. So I tried to do a lot of review research on it and heard some complaints here and there. I wouldn't take it logging. It's heavy as Hades. But for boarding and stuff, I quite like it. It's starting to break in a little bit more. I have not adjusted it, hadn't tuned it, hadn't did a thing to it, but start it. And like the beginning of the video, you see how it is when cold starts. Although if you take it on a trip, I usually take it for like the log that the tripod is sitting on. It's a 4-foot poplar. That's why I got the stuff for the board those. It doesn't like trips. For some odd reason, when you take it out of the back of the truck to go make a clean cut on a big log, it's cranky. It didn't like going for travels. It usually, when it's cold, it's 7 to 8 pulls usually. If it sits underneath the carport here on the chainsaw mill. On trips, it's sometimes 16 to 24 crankies. It just doesn't like it. For some, I don't know why. But on normal use, it's usually, like I said, 7 to 8 pulls. It's running when it's cold. After you board one, of course I refuel, clean air filter and everything. It's usually 1 to 2 pulls, it's running, back to boarding. That's what I got this saw for. Considering if I bought an actual steel, it would have been like $3,200 for the setup, so it was a lot better. Like I said, right now I haven't did a thing to the saw. It's starting to broke in. Right now I've probably got around 6 hours on it and 4.5 tanks of fuel. Not 4.5 tanks of fuel, 4.5 gallons of fuel, sorry. That moment. But it's doing quite well. It's breaking in more and more. My fuel mixture is around, I'd say 38 to 1. I use Schaefer's boat oil. That's why I use in mine. It's working quite good. I use it in my 661s too. But the saw is overall pretty good. If you're planning on boarding and that's what you want a saw for, of course, depends on how big of a bar you need and stuff. You can take this down, I'd say a 3-foot mill in this thing. It's heavy. It'd work pretty good. It's got plenty of low-end power, which is what you want when you're boarding. And of course, it runs a bigger chain, which you can change that if you needed to. But overall, I like the saw. If I was making a fortune out of it and had to take this on the hill and do timbering, which I don't like cutting down trees anymore, I would probably buy the original. But everything I've studied so far and learned about this thing, about the only really difference is the plastic's cheaper, which you can buy all the parts from steel and put steel parts on it. I don't need it to crank 13,000 plus RPMs. I'm not running a rat race saw. I want one for torque, and it's doing a wonderful job. I've been meaning to get one of the smaller ones, like the 660 one and stuff, and the little trim saw they make. I forget what it's come to. But overall, the Chinese clone saw is doing pretty good. I roughly figured between my tanks of fuel and how many hours I got on, I'm roughly around 7 hours. And that's probably 6.5 hours of that is constantly wide open. That's how I run the saw. Only time I take it off the mill is when I have to go get a big log, which I got bigger bars for my other saws, but usually I have to go get a log. I just take 2 saws. One does all the trimming, one does the final cuts. I like nice clean cuts, just easier to work with. So if you've been on the fence about getting one and making boards and stuff out, it is work. It will work you. And the saw is thirsty. And she likes her fuel. And she ain't bashful about it. Of course, I run 93 octane through mine too. I don't run no small ethanol crap through mine. I want wide open the best she could handle. And so far, the saw's getting better. So I got another one. I got several trees around, laid right here. My feet is on a, like I said, 4-foot poplar. I got a 50-inch poplar behind it, which is just another tree. I'm planning on boarding them, and I got some more oaks, 40+ inch oaks and stuff. So we'll see how this thing does. I'll give another review. I'll see if I can break it. Well, I'm not trying to break it. I'm trying to take care of it. I want to see how it lasts. All the reviews I said, everybody started out with, I had this saw for 2 years. I hadn't had a bit of problem out of it. What'd you do with it in 2 years? I've had mine for, I think, 40 days. I think that's how long I had mine. I cut during the waning of the moon. I go by moon signs when I cut lumber. So, but it's been great so far. So, hope this helps you if you're wanting one. Take care. And side note, which I did forget, my daughter pointed this out. If you've been around the old Detroit engines, they always said they like marking their territory. It marks his territory too. He likes leaking. The old bar oil, of course. I mean, ain't no big deal if you know about it. Put your rag down. It likes marking its territory. let's keep that in mind. Have a good one.